Hello, and welcome to the Power of Up, your weekly boost of hope, perspective, and positivity. In a world that often pulls us down, this show is all about rising above. Hi, I'm your host, Chris Kellogg, and today we're going to dive into something every single one of us does, or at least should be doing, every night, which is sleep. It's one of the most powerful tools you have for protecting and improving your mental health. If you've ever noticed that life feels heavier, your mood feels lower, or anxiety feels stronger after a bad night's rest, you're not imagining it. Nope, science has backed it up. Sleep and mental health are deeply connected. So, let's start with the basics. Think of your brain as a smartphone. You can use it all day, but eventually the battery runs low. Sleep is the charger. But it's not just recharging your energy. While you sleep, your brain is doing a lot of other behind-the-scenes work, I should say. First of all, it clears out toxins in your body. Second, it resets emotional circuits. And third, it files away your memories and helps you process your day. Now, when you don't get enough sleep, your brain doesn't get to finish its overnight maintenance, let's call it. The result? You wake up more emotionally reactive, more stressed, and more vulnerable to anxiety and depression. In fact, research shows that people who consistently get less than 6 hours of sleep are significantly more likely to experience mood disorders. Now, on the flip side, a good night's sleep will boost your resilience. It'll make you better equipped to handle the stresses of your life. And here's something fascinating. Studies using brain scans have shown that sleep deprivation causes the part of your brain that processes fear and emotions to go into overdrive. Without enough rest, your mind reacts more strongly to stressful situations. It's like turning up the volume on every little stressor in your life. Meanwhile, your prefrontal cortex, the rational, logical part of your brain, loses some of its control. So instead of being calm and thoughtful, you're more likely to snap at someone, spiral into worry, or just feel hopeless. Sleep literally keeps your emotional balance in check. It's the difference between thinking, this problem is tough, but I can handle it, and this is the end of the world. Now, think about the last time you pulled an all-nighter, or even just stayed up way too late watching something on Netflix. The next day, things probably felt harder, right? Maybe traffic stressed you out more than usual. Maybe you felt extra sensitive to some criticism you got at work or at home. There's a reason sleep deprivation is even used as a form of torture, because it breaks down your emotional stability. Now, compare that to how you feel after a solid 8 hours of sleep. The world might feel more manageable. You feel calmer, more optimistic, and better able to problem solve. Sleep just doesn't restore your body, it restores your mind. Now let's zoom in on mental health conditions. Sleep problems and mental health issues often go hand in hand. Like anxiety, for instance. When you're sleep deprived, your brain is more likely to interpret neutral situations as threatening. That's why anxiety feels worse when you're tired and out of it. For depression, poor sleep can cause depressive symptoms and make them harder to manage. For stress, sleep helps regulate cortisol, the stress hormone. And without rest, cortisol stays high, keeping your body in a fight or flight mode. So here's the hopeful part. Improving your sleep can actually reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. I mean, it won't solve everything overnight, but it's one of the most effective, natural ways to boost your mental health. Okay, so how can you actually get better sleep? Let's talk about a few practical strategies. Number one, try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, which is tough. You may have a job where you work odd hours, or you have children running into the bedroom, bouncing on the bed. But if you can, this will set your body's internal clock. Number two, avoid screens 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Instead, read a book, stretch, or do some deep breathing. Also, make sure your room is a sleep sanctuary. Make it cool, dark, and quiet. Your bedroom should feel like a cave. Also, watch your caffeine and alcohol intake. Both can mess with your sleep quality. And finally, you can write it out. If your mind races at night, keep a journal by your bed and dump all of your thoughts on paper so your brain can relax. And remember, even small improvements can add up. If you start giving your brain the rest it craves, you're going to notice shifts in mood, focus, and emotional balance. And to wrap things up, sleep isn't just about avoiding the yawn. It's a cornerstone of good mental health. By making sleep a priority, you're giving your brain the chance to reset, recharge, and protect your emotional well-being. So tonight, instead of scrolling for another 30 minutes, think of sleep as one of the most powerful self-care tools that you've got. Because when you sleep better, you feel better, you think better, and ultimately, you live better. And I want to thank you for joining me on The Power of Up. Hopefully today you'll be able to reconnect with your life with joy, purpose, and possibly some great rest. Whether you're navigating through tough times or just need a lift, The Power of Up is here to remind you there's always a way forward and up.